footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make the, it was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot, you had to pick and choose things, like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down.
That's why I don't be going to them puppy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. Like that is what you do.
The reason why their groups are so close is because all of them have a certain type of STD. I think they all got the alphabet. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm not even trying to cap. I looked at it like this. You know they're not using condoms, right? So if you're in a party not using condoms, it ain't like you could catch something twice, right? You know, so if you already got something, ain't like you can catch it again. So I believe, one of my theories is that these people at these Diddy parties were so close because they all had STDs.
I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic.
For decades, hip-hop has thrived on larger-than-life personalities, intense rivalries, and secrets that often explode into the public eye. Few feuds have been as visible, or as long-running, as the one between 50 Cent and Diddy. What began as quiet competition between two New York powerhouses slowly evolved into nearly 20 years of open tension, with 50 Cent repeatedly taking shots at Diddy whenever the opportunity arose. Recently, however, this rivalry has moved far beyond jokes and online trolling. 50 Cent has claimed to have insider knowledge about what allegedly took place at Diddy's notorious private parties. According to him, several high-profile celebrities were involved, and his statements have sent shockwaves through the music industry. In this breakdown, we'll explore how the feud began, what 50 Cent has said about Diddy's extravagant lifestyle, and how he ultimately pointed fingers at a list of celebrities rumored to have attended those exclusive events. The story traces back to the early 2000s. At the time, 50 Cent was recovering from being shot 9 times and had just been dropped from his record label. To survive, he turned to ghostwriting to make money. 50 later revealed that one of his ghost-written verses was performed by Diddy on a G-Dep track titled Let's Get It. Although the two artists didn't work together directly, this moment placed them in the same circle. From that point forward, their relationship remained tense, setting the stage for years of conflict that would eventually play out in public.
Who has more cred than you, living after being shot 9 times?
I don't know what the criteria are for street credibility. Or
That's
if
it.
If there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to.
I forget, why did the guy shoot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
He was paid to do it.
He was paid to do it?
Yeah.
Who would want to shoot you?
Why were you targeted?
You're such a good guy.
It's my past.
It was a drug thing?
No,
like a business thing?
Karma.
Karma?
Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, you was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
Man, you are tough.
What are you talking about?
The fact that somebody put out a hit on him because he was going to f somebody up? What kind of shit is that? That's crazy.
But what is this all over?
I don't know.
It's difficult to explain, because when you're not actually in the environment or involved in it.
Just explain it.
You can explain it to me.
We'll see if we can follow it.
Nah, man, it's just,
what happened? What had you?
It's so tough.
You were pissed off at someone and you were going after them. What were you pissed off about?
Nah, we was just having differences.
Oh, like over what? A woman?
Nah,
no
just
way.
Going back and forth. Like a guy got robbed in the actual neighborhood.
And he accused you of robbing.
Nah, he just seen me communicating with someone who actually
robbed him.
They actually robbed him. And he misinterpreted the conversation because he seen me laughing and us talking, but he didn't know I grew up with the guy.
You're talking to a guy who you don't even know up this other guy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they think you're in cahoots with this guy.
Yeah, because you see you laughing and talking, they figure you laughing and talking about them.
Pain-wise, how bad is it to get shot in the face? Like, I mean...
Probably... I don't know how to describe that outside of...
Is it a 10 on the pain scale?
It's not really like... Because it's not as painful as having to visit the dentist repeatedly for root canal.
Really? Do you think you're dead at that point when you take 9 bullets? Do you go, oh, this is it, I'm checking out?
Oh, you know it's a life-threatening situation. It's just not... I've seen people going to the hospital under circumstances that were way less intense and not come out.
Yeah, it's a miracle you lived. Did you think you were like Jesus had like saved you or something? Like, did you have a religious...
Where were all these bullets?
Oh yeah, you have those moments where you get a little closer connection to your higher power because you kind of don't have an answer.
But where were all these bullets? Because if you're shot 9 times and you live, it probably didn't hit anything important.
Meanwhile, how lame is this guy who shot you?
Everything's important, Robin. Everything's important.
But 50, how lame is this guy?
You in one of your unimportant areas, Robin.
Yeah, right. What's an unimportant area? You're right.
What the?
Oh yeah, he shot you in unimportant areas.
I'm talking medically.
But it's amazing your face isn't scarred from getting shot in the face, right?
I got the little dimple.
Oh, is that what it's...
By 2002, 50 Cent was rapidly rising as one of hip-hop's most aggressive and unapologetic voices, and he didn't hesitate to take shots at anyone in his path. Diddy quickly became one of his favorite targets, but this went beyond simple competition. There was a clear sense of distrust behind 50's words. Instead of staying quiet, 50 Cent leaned into it. He used Instagram, interviews, and even his own television platforms to openly clown Diddy. At times, the jabs came off as playful, but more often, they carried heavy implications. He questioned Diddy's behavior, mocked his public persona, and repeatedly pointed out what he saw as contradictions between the image Diddy projected and the person he believed him to be.
It comes back, and it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys.
What you mean?
The laws are the way they are because
Because of the priests.
The priests touching little boys.
Oh. Why are we looking at me, bro? I just go to church. I just go to church, right? I have nothing to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the laws allow me to go that far back.
Turn away from you right now. I'm just a Catholic kid. Go on. You've been diddled, dude. No. What's the body of Christ taste like? That's sacrilegious. You can't do that.
He's like, yo, drink my blood.
Yo. So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That is foul.
But with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
Yeah, because we had our own little thing.
But you were the only. Everybody else is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing where everybody else is scared? I don't know what it is. I'm just asking.
I think they're scared.
But if they're scared, then that's what I'm saying.
Insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying people are gonna come for him a little bit.
No, I thought he would do funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want me to. Well, they worked to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
So he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me. It's them.
It's them. And then when M says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there, then
let's go.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Oh,
okay.
So that's the behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music, but there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side, and it's not like you're gonna go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
Yo, this deal, and you go, he said that to you, like.
Oh, wow.
Like they'll speak to your temperament. Like say, you know, if 50 is a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're he's basically trying to scare people out of doing the issue.
He later announced plans for a full documentary series centered entirely on Diddy and the growing list of accusations surrounding him. This wasn't another random social media stunt. It was a carefully planned production aimed at exposing the hidden side of one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. By May, 50 Cent had already sold the rights to Netflix, guaranteeing that the story would reach a global audience of millions.
Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docu-series about the assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
So you have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s, and PPD said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is it's pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. And if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything.
Let me ask you this: do you think she knew what he was doing?
I believe she knew he was doing the freak-offs, but do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts, and all that shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor.
But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And then you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that, bro.
That's from the Diddy freak-off party. And I'm gonna say allegedly.
So let me ask you this. You knowing her in that thing, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, will be a part of a freak-off thing?
I think that she liked to party, and she partied with young people. She's always been like that.
But to get back to this lawsuit, right? Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he would grope his genitals and he would grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now, because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing because he said that they never had. So if you read it in the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had, but how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean,
it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think there's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, cause I'm trying to figure out how does that work? Somebody groping your anus.
You gonna say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your 2 cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy something. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place, and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers. If you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say we woke up with all my clothes. He said we woke up butt the F naked.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that a temporary feeling of relief.
For now, the situation remains unresolved. Still, 50 Cent insists that a list exists, and that he will make sure it eventually comes to light. When Diddy's trial concluded, he was cleared of the most serious charges, including racketeering and trafficking. However, he was found guilty of transporting women for prostitution. That verdict alone confirmed that at least some of the long-standing rumors surrounding his private life were rooted in truth. For 50 Cent, this moment marked a turning point. He didn't just mock Diddy over the outcome of the trial. Instead, he framed the verdict as evidence that the mogul's lifestyle was built on exploitation and deception, reinforcing the claims he had been hinting at for years.
His thing was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Belly?
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Jab, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide suffering.
You mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that? As far as, let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale. Is it evidence? Is it just like, what is the mentality behind having
if you can
the
own
visual memory?
Their vulnerability, if you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start off by saying, "Ooh, man, I don't want to watch porn. I just want to watch us." See, that's the line.
That's the line.
Would you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. You so. Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See, make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, ooh, the object. Meanwhile, this is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such's contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. He's was literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody.
The fallout only gave 50 Cent more momentum. With courtroom evidence now in the public eye, it became increasingly difficult to dismiss his warnings as baseless attacks. Each new development made his claims appear more credible, and in hip-hop, credibility is everything. It's important to understand that 50's approach has never been random trolling. Every move he makes is calculated. By linking Diddy's trial to his Netflix documentary project, he ensures the story stays alive long after the headlines fade. By posting on Instagram and mocking Diddy's every move, he keeps the conversation firmly in the public spotlight. And by repeatedly hinting at a list of celebrities, he keeps both fans and industry insiders on edge. No one knows if or when he'll reveal names, but everyone knows that if anyone is bold enough to do it, it's 50 Cent. His strategy isn't just about exposing one man. It's about controlling the narrative and forcing the industry to confront truths it may have buried for decades. The public has been glued to every post and comment 50 makes about Diddy. Social media erupts each time he cracks a joke or drops another cryptic clue. Fans are convinced he knows far more than he's saying, and many are waiting for the moment he finally reveals everything. Inside the industry, however, the reaction is very different. Most celebrities have stayed silent. Few are willing to risk angering Diddy's loyal supporters, or exposing themselves if they were ever connected to those private events. That silence speaks volumes, and only adds weight to 50's claims. If there was truly nothing to hide, why haven't more people come forward to deny it? For many in the music business, staying quiet is the safest option. Diddy still holds power, connections, and loyalists willing to protect him. Speaking out could mean career suicide. But 50 Cent isn't built like most people. He's already built empires beyond music, spanning film, television, liquor brands, and real estate. He doesn't need Diddy, and he doesn't need the industry's approval. That freedom is exactly what allows him to speak louder than anyone else.
Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. There's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink. I need you to remember. I need you to remember this. Huh?
The foundation.
This is no longer just about revenge or entertainment. For 50 Cent, it's about accountability. He's made it clear that he wants Diddy to face real consequences, and he's determined to use every tool at his disposal to make that happen. That includes social media, documentary filmmaking, and potentially exposing the names of those who were caught up along the way.
Haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why it's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because
it's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm so scared.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
He see it.
Nah, you see this. They won't act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could just...
No, that ain't it.
The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has stretched on for nearly 2 decades, but it has now reached a stage where it's about far more than jokes or personal shots. 50 Cent claims he has knowledge of celebrities who were affected after attending Diddy's infamous parties, and he appears determined to bring that information into the open. With a Netflix documentary series on the horizon, the conflict is no longer just personal, it's public, and the stakes have never been higher.